They may bring new opportunities, too. Tell me. Really? Well, you're not the first way in. Wyndham is under the protection of the protocol. You are permitted to move freely through the village. For now, at least. Consider it a gesture of goodwill. I hope it'll be reciprocated. But don't go causing any trouble here. Is that clear? And if trouble finds you, make sure you report it. Post haste. Now, there are certain things I like to discuss with new faces such as you. I would hope a stranger like you can provide me with some information. I want to know where you came from. I want to know what you can tell me about the outside. Trust me, you will be much better off aiding protocol than crossing us. Be under no illusions. We must eradicate the corruption that festers here before there is any hope of leaving this blasted place. If we were to work together, you and I, perhaps we might make some progress towards such an outcome. But step out of line, and I will revoke your... So I ask again, did you come from the outside? What do you know? Well, this is disappointing. I was hoping you'd have something you were willing to share. We imprison strangers at the first whiff of trouble, but you can keep your liberties for now. I trust that will be more conducive to a timely recollection of your origins. In the meantime, be wary of this place. Do not be tempted to engage with any of the pagan sentiments some of the locals may try to foist on you. Such beliefs are dangerous and forbidden. Do I make myself clear? And if you still wish to have protocol's aid, you'll just have to make yourself useful to me in other ways. The civilians in this village are a shady lot. Resistant to discipline and up to no good. I'm sure of it. We can hardly get the time of day out of them. But you're an outsider. They may not trust you exactly, but nor are they immediately suspicious of you. Sniff around. Keep your ears open. If you find anything I should know, come to me with it. If you want somewhere to start, well, we've had our eyes on Iris, the baker. I could send a patrol in, of course, but a softer approach might prove more efficacious. That is a very dangerous word to be bandying about. I suggest you forget you've ever heard it. Whatever evil the scientists had hidden in there, it has wrought havoc on this place. So no one goes near the substation, understood? Anyone trespassing there will be shot. Yes, what is it? Good Lord. You mean to say that he's in league with those masked maniacs? An adder in our midst. I'll send someone over immediately. Now do you see why this place is under military discipline? I fought rebels in the Malayan jungle, and let me tell you, that was positively genteel in comparison to this wretched village. You can hardly call them English hereabouts anymore. Something in the land here is corrupting them all. You've done the right thing coming to me. It's vital this sort of thing's nipped in the bud before it spreads. I'm delighted to hear it. Your assistance is appreciated. I shan't forget it. I'm willing to extend the hand of friendship to you, which would include giving you access to our camp at Skethermore. With us on the same side, if a chance for leaving this zone comes, I can promise you a good chance of seeing the outside. I'm delighted to hear it. We recently arrested a certain Dr. Garrow, one of the scientists from the research site. She contrived to escape the zone before the walls went up, but rather unexpectedly returned as part of a military convoy. More fool her. Dr. Garrow is dangerous, very clever, and egotistical enough to believe herself a magnitude cleverer yet. She's refused to tell us anything, and I refuse to stoop to Gestapo methods to force her. But a new face like yours, well, perhaps she'll talk to a stranger who plainly isn't beholden to the protocol. When Garrow arrived, she demonstrated an ability to meddle with the barred machinery we've commandeered. Specifically, she disabled our camp's automatic security system and began to poke around where she wasn't welcome. It was an hour before we found her, trying to get access to one of the old barred bunkers. Who knows what damage she might have caused had she found a way inside. She left us no choice but to take her into custody, isolated in solitary confinement, where she can't play her tricks. My men claim she muttered some incantation, and that caused the gun turrets to shut off. I don't believe in such nonsense as magic, but when she was captured, all they found on her was a broken radio. And now I don't know what to think. So you see, I need to know how she did it, what trick she uses to disable our machines. Here, this pass will give you free passage throughout the Skethermore camp. The soldiers on guard will allow you into the prison section too, all the way to Garrow's cell. Learn what you can and return here. Be sure to report to me in person. But be warned.
Citizens of Wyndham, we cannot guarantee your safety beyond the village palings. Do you have a good reason to leave the village?
To our said to him, "Where's my pal Johnny? What you done with him?" That bloody peacock says, "Oh, Mr. Wilmore is currently detained."
He never. They put poor Mr. Wilmore in that prison of theirs. What for?
Wouldn't say, would he? Eh? All full of martial law this and special powers that.
Ugh, bunch of little Hitlers.
Aye. Our Davy never came back from France in last one.
Oh, I know.
If he was still here with us, he'd have spat in the eye, that pompous little... The words fail me.
I know. But just keep mum about how cross you are, though. If they'll lock up Mr. Wilmore, they'll lock up anybody.
Why here, of all places? If they'd resolved to do something so awful, why in the church?
Some bugger, pardon my French, wanted to make a scene, sir.
Doom us all in the process. If the captain and his minions find out. Oh, I'm sorry, we're closed today. Please leave. Please, I beg of you. Just forget you saw anything here and go. Please. So it seems. To visit this sort of thing upon the church is pure wickedness. Please, tell no one. I know how it seems, but I would not ask such a thing if it weren't for the good of the village. It's vital the military don't learn of this. We'll tidy up, but if the captain and his toy soldiers find out, things will become so much worse here. The shopkeeper? Good heavens above. I knew something was off about him, but nothing as foul as that. News travels fast here. I'm told Morris will no longer cause us any problems in the village. Thank you for finding some sort of resolution to all this. How did you... You're very well informed, I must say. Very well. This key will open a box upstairs. You'll find your payment in there. And in the spirit of reciprocation, if you are in need of my help, you need only ask. I am here if you wish to talk, to unburden your soul. And if you'll forgive me for saying so, you seem troubled. Might I ask why? I don't suppose, well, have you perhaps been hearing voices? You have? Oh, heavens, may the good Lord protect you. It is a sign of vile corruption. It cannot be tolerated. It must be confronted. I saw it in the baker's husband. The baker, Iris, told me he was hearing voices and had fallen terribly ill. I haven't seen her husband for a number of weeks now. So I trust she came to her senses and took the necessary action. You don't seem to be showing any other symptoms, however. Perhaps the corruption has not taken hold. You may stay without denunciation. For now. I only wish she had come to me sooner. My prayers might have reached him in the early stages of his fall from grace. But he is beyond that now. I must think of the rest of the village. We have seen some very bad times here. I don't really know why such misfortune has befallen us. Only that it started with that wretched science city they built across the mere. They did something. Heaven knows what. And now it is laced with evil. You can smell it in the air. I doubt I would understand any of it. Besides which, the village occupies all my time. The people here need a guiding hand, not an oppressive one. The military presence, this protocol nonsense of theirs, has done that to us, and with no sign of respite. Pressure like that breeds corruption. I must obey the Lord's will and fight against such things. You, on the other hand, seem of a curious nature. I can offer you something, but you must be cautious about prying too deeply. Well, I was on cordial terms with one or two of the scientists stationed up here. The important ones lodged at a manor house out in Casterfell Woods. I doubt any are still alive. But they may have left notes or papers that could prove useful to you. But you didn't hear that from me. All right. Farewell. I trust you will do what is right. I trust you will do what is right.
Not sure about you.
The citizens of Wyndham, you are reminded that any building marked as sterilized is off limits prior to demolition. Trespass is
I hope I get on the foraging party again this week. Anything to get me out of this miserable dump for a couple of days.
Trust Captain Sims. The protocol was enacted for the good of the country at large, not the quarantined area. If necessary, the quarantined area will be sacrificed.
Citizens of Wyndham, volunteers are required for work details one step or more. Work out your help out.
Do as you're told, right?
Citizens of Wyndham, if you or any of your friends or family shows signs of corruption, report it immediately. Caught early, the contagion can be painlessly excised. Be vigilant. Be safe.
Remember your target! Front! Firing!
Watch your head, lad. in essence, treasonous, and will be treated as such. Please, don't make us hurt you.
Trouble, all right?
Citizens of Wyndham, there has been an increase in outlaw activity on Slatton Dale. Avoid Slatton Dale until the area is once again declared safe.
Addressing civilian.
Let's have no trouble. Right.
Back, citizen.
Blanco, that wall, he says. Where am I supposed to find Blanco around here?
Oh, who are you? I don't know you. You're not with the soldiers, are you? I run a lawful place here. Stick to every word of the protocol here, I do. Oh? Well, not that there's anything wrong with it if you did, it's just... Well, never mind. Now let me know if you're looking to buy something. What? You know that he's... Doesn't really matter how you know, does it? Look, I'll talk, but only to show you I'm doing nothing wrong. You have to keep quiet about this, please. Me husband, Philip, he went off exploring with one of his pals. Bloody fools, the pair of them. He said they were poking around in an old bunker and walked into a cloud of funny glowing spores or something. And he told me he started hearing voices. He says the voices hurt him. Whatever it was, it made him awful ill. He's not getting any better. Just a bit worse every day. The soldiers will string you up for anything these days, and my husband was exploring where they don't like you to explore. That captain of the protocol, he says what the boffins buried here plays merry hell with people's minds. Turns them into something not human. Not that any of that happened to my Philip. He's ill, that's all. I just know what the soldiers would do if they found him. You know, we've had one mite of luck. Came by a special tonic, which does something to settle the voices in his head and keep the infection down. At least, while we can get it, it does. But look, what's your interest in all this? I'm sorry, but I don't have any of the tonic left. I know where you can get some, though. There's a lady, calls herself Mother Jago, out in Casterfell Woods. Brews the tonic to her own recipe. She lives out by the old mine. I can mark on the map where to find her. And listen, I hate to ask, but could I trouble you to get us some of the tonic? Just a single bottle. We're almost run out. Bless you, thank you. Bye now.
Not sure I like the look of you.
Keep the peace, Civvy.
Intruder sighted!
Don't be causing trouble, all right? Who's out there? I'm going to ruin you. Firing! That's one.
Keep your nose clean.
Addressing civilian. Stand back, citizen.
Help us to help you. One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blown.
Hands away from any weapons, you.
A stranger, eh?
Keep it civilized. No troublemakers. Do as you're told, right?
Let's not have any trouble.
Behave yourself, Civvy.
Keep the peace, Civvy. Not sure about you.
Keep it civilized. No troublemakers.
treated as such. Please, don't make us hurt you.
Not sure I like the look of you.
Not sure about you.
Their presence as soon as possible to the controlling authority.
Do as you're told, right?
Keep your nose clean.
Behave yourself, Civvy.
it immediately. Caught early, the contagion can be painlessly excised. Be vigilant. Be safe.
You have free passage to our prison. Get what you can out of the good doctor, and we can see about making some progress here. Yes, what is it? Infected? You mean to say contaminated by that vile blue muck? And she would keep him hidden and endanger the whole village? Good Lord. I'll send someone over immediately. Yes, what is it? There's been a what? Sergeant, take a squad to the church at once. And the culprit? Surely not the vicar. You have? You've shown initiative. Good show. You have free passage to our prison. Get what you can out of the good doctor, and we can see about making some progress here.
I reckon it were them atom bombs the Yanks dropped that caused all this.
Get rid of them and take their supplies.
Keep it civilized.
No troublemakers.
Citizens of Wyndham, you are reminded that any building marked as sterilized is
fancy hiding a freak like that in your bedroom? I ask you.
It were her husband, mate.
Not once he'd changed, he wasn't. Then he was just a liability. She should have let us torch him as soon as he started to serve.
It's easy to say. What do you do now, anyway?
I don't know. Search for contraband, I suppose. Help yourself to anything you feel like.
Ain't that looting?
Nah. Loot is for civvies. We common here.
Keep the peace, Jimmy.
Get a move on, you lot. You're never gonna make your salvage quota arsing around like this.
What do you need all this sonic metal for?
See that big metal bugger? I could have it. I could.
Steady on, George. It's got guns on it, you know.
Behave yourself, Civvy.
Don't get it out like it owns the place.
A new customer. How do? Not often we're seeing new faces here. My name's Alf Buckshaw. Welcome to what's likely the last pub in Cumberland, such as it is. Now, what can I do for you? Fountains of beer, dancing girls, and the finest cuisine in the land. Well, we've got some beer. And I found a pickled onion in a jar in the back of the cupboard. Seriously, mind, I can get me hands on things. Some pretty hard to find things at that. And feeling that, I can offer conversation. No gossip, mind you. Get locked up for gossip these days. I suppose I might be able to help a friendly traveller out. What sort of gear did you have in mind? Aye. Well, look. There's ways and means. The old government bunkers, the ones they reckon were secret. Like anything stays secret round here for long. If it's special gear you want, have a poke round in any bunker you find. I've heard there's some grand doings to be had in them, but watch yourself. Few of them are safe. You let me know if there's aught else I can help you with. Well, after it all went to cock and we got quarantined, London started sending in soldiers. To start with, folk were happy to see 'em, but after a while, it turned out there was bugger all they could do to help. When they found out they weren't being let back through the wall again, well, it got nasty. Plenty round here, I reckon. It's what it would have been like if the Nazis had invaded after all. Of course, you didn't hear that from me, all right? Who knows what them boffins were up to? But I don't think that atom plant going pop was part of the plan, do you? Well, at least they told us it were an atom plant. So where are all the atoms, eh? I've heard a thing or two about radioactiveness, and by all rights, none of us should be standing here. Anyhow, I shouldn't be gossiping about this stuff. Oh, I think we can manage that. Bet you weren't expecting to find a place like Wyndham still ticking over after all what's gone on here, were you now? Lucky? It's not a word I'd use, but we'll learn to live with them. Folk will get used to anything given time. Which isn't to say it's not nice to see some new faces coming through here now and then. Reminds a fella just how strange this all really is. The captain likes strangers too. He treats them better than he does the rest of the village. Means he can do things us regular folk can't. Oh, aye. There were a lady scientist here not so long ago, Dr. Garrow. They say she used to work at the site over the mere. Top dog too, I was told. Managed to get out while the rest of them boffins were trapped in with us. Any road, she turns up here a few months back out of nowhere and starts throwing her weight around. She did something that got the soldiers' backs up, and they stuck her in their jail on Scathamore. Well, I heard, and I don't know how much credit to give it, that she whispered summit to one of them big gun turrets of theirs over at their camp, and the thing shut off, just like that. She waltzed right into the camp, and soldiers were all turned about looking for her. Captain didn't like being made a fool of like that. Of course, that's just hearsay and gossip, and I don't gossip, me. See you around.
Onwards, mustn't grumble.
Not sure I like the look of you.
Let's not have any trouble.
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blowed. Watch your step.
Onwards, onwards, mustn't grumble.
Welcome back. See you around.